the TV. Man, Adam Peters was able to finagle the San Francisco 49ers out of a 6th round pick. Now, they cost us 1.5 million, I believe. Pay half his salary or so, contribute to his salary. But I think Brian Robinson was scheduled to make 3.4 million. And I guess a lot of teams that had interest didn't want to cough up. They thought that was too steep for I guess what they perceive is going to be a backup running back. I was like, hey, if you can get anything from Brian Robinson, a 4th round pick, if you can get anything, him being a 4th round pick, and he's showed that he's serviceable. He's not like he's not like he's like on the back end of his career. He dealt with little injuries last year. I think it kind of limited his production, but he's steady. 700 to 800 yards, I think, rushing. I think as high as was 800 yards rushing or something one season, but he can catch out the backfield if need be. Now, the complaint on Brian Robinson is that his vision, he doesn't have the best of, vision of the elite running backs, or these type of, these visionary running backs. I could see that being a valid point. Also, he just runs up his offensive lineman's back. He doesn't, that's when the vision part, he doesn't bounce it out, or he dances a little bit instead of hitting the hole properly. But, hey, but he's a good, solid running back. He's about 225-pound running back out of Alabama. Very tough. Plays with a great attitude. Rarely fumbles. I think he had some issues last year, but from all accounts, teammates gravitate to him, and I just think in this case, with the emergence of Bill Krosky-Merritt, and probably the emergence of Chris Rodriguez, being a solid running back. That's hey, how can you be mad at him? He's his story, grinding, getting released, being on the practice squad, getting released, coming back, had to switch your number. Chris Rodriguez is really showing. You saw what he did against Cincinnati, and I assume he might be. It's going to be running back by committee, but I assume Chris Rodriguez might get the start against the Giants, and I think he might be in those short yardage situations. We saw what he can do. We saw him against Atlanta. He's versatile back. I like his story because this is a perfect example for the young players out there where, you all everything in college, and you get to the pros, and of course you think you're going to be all everything here. But there's a grind, and yes, you might not get you might not touch the field or get the playing time that you think you deserve, but it's all based on performance. And when you get your opportunities, you can't be moping. You have to, you have to hit your keys and do what you have to do when you get your number called. The old cliche. So for Chris Rodriguez to still be hanging in here, and yeah, you think he don't have any attitude towards not playing, but he used whatever he might feel internally and use it as fuel. And once he gets his opportunities and practice whatever, and from all accounts, he's having a solid camp. I remember initially when I think he got drafted early in his career, there was some weight issues or conditioning issues, but I haven't heard anything like that under this regime, and he's seems to work his way into this running back rotation, and it's going to be a running back by committee, and that's not a bad thing. We got JD, so we just need someone who's going to Like Krosky Merritt, he's really lightning in the bottle. I think he has what it takes to be dynamic. You can see it's just instinct. You can see explosiveness and everything. So he's very explosive. He's very, twitchy and kind of got that. Like I said, he has that jump cut type of ability that I think this offense, Cliff and Kingsbury, is going to be able to dial up some nice packages for him. And then with JD being the quarterback, JD5, then hey, pick your poison. And the offensive line is doing a tremendous job. They're blocking like a unit, and John Bates is like a madman out there on the field. He's blocking two guys at one point. He's getting to the other keys. I love Josh Conley Jr. I love his attitude. Very smart, very humble. He's just going to get better. He's learning. I think he's settling in, and right tackle job, he might be the starter. So we'll see. But again, Brian Robinson, man, thank you very much. We rooted for you, man. Your situation, the unfortunate situation that you're being shot here and was embarrassing, and but you persevered through that. And San Francisco 49ers, once again, you're getting a good young man that is going to work hard his all. And so we'll see you down the road. We'll see you when you see you. Anyway, peace. Vanguardian TV 1.